top of this mountain hill to get to a fire lookout tower. The road has gone from gravel to dirt, and it's kind of rough. This area's been burned before, it looks like. It's quite a drive getting up here. We're over 5,000, almost 6,000 feet up here. You excited, babe?
I am. You can see our lookout tower over there on the hill.
All right.
It's exciting.
We are at the Hemlock Lookout Tower. You can see it way up there somehow. Anyways, we're gonna go climb to the top and show you guys the view. It's open to the public certain days of the week, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. And there's a full-time guy that's up there from the Forest Service during, I guess, all the summer season. All the fire season. Pretty cool. Let's go check it out. It's a bit of a climb to get to the top of the fire lookout tower, which would keep you in shape, but check out this view. Can you imagine working here and getting to enjoy 360 degrees of all of the mountain peaks, all directions? What a fantastic spot. These fire lookout towers are positioned in some of the most beautiful areas in the mountains by far. Now, if you're afraid of heights, these fire lookout towers can be a little intimidating to climb up, but I think it's actually harder to climb back down than it is to climb up because you're looking straight down the entire time. And this one in particular had extremely steep steps that were rather shallow, which meant you had to pay really close attention to where you placed your feet. Now, most of these fire lookout towers are in various levels of disrepair, which is kind of sad to see, but they definitely could use some reinforcements and some maintenance that they haven't seen in quite some time. Hopefully these will be continued to be taken care of so we can enjoy them in the future. But if you do get a chance and you find a fire lookout tower that's open, it's definitely worth the trek to the top, even if you are skittish with heights. The view is completely worth it. This is section 6 of the Idaho BDR route, and we are headed south from Pierce to Darby. Now, this is a bit more rugged. It's probably the most rugged section of the BDR routes that we've encountered so far, but it's also one of the more scenic sections that we've seen as we're heading down this route. And it includes some really fun sights such as these fire lookout towers. It's definitely becoming one of our favorite parts of the ride so far.
The road is a little bit less rutted out since we came down from the tower, but as you can see, there's been some water washout sections. It is a very much dirt road in this section. Daddy Duster. We found some more washout section on our road. Unfortunately, dirt doesn't do very well against water. There's more washout sections as we go down. Pretty fun road, not too crazy though.
Going down the forest road. It's very rough, but it's all been cleared as far as trees and branches for the most part, which is nice, but very rocky and rutted. Most of this area we've only been able to go about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that's not really a limitation of the camper. It's more of just how windy and bumpy it is trying to navigate it. It's quite a rough track. Definitely keeps you on your toes the whole time. We're gonna be traveling the old historic Lolo Pass trail route, and we're gonna take you on the adventure. This is part of the Idaho Backcountry Discovery Route, and it basically is completely off-grid, rough backcountry type roads. And there's a really cool entry sign here that talks about some of the stuff with this area, but it should be just a real scenic, beautiful area to go explore.
Our road has been clear so far, but unfortunately, there's a tree. This whole section of the forest must have burned in the 2015 fire, and there's a lot of dead trees. There's some alive ones, but for the most part, it's mostly dead. We're gonna grab the pole saw and cut it down out of the way, and then we can continue on the Lola Trail. He's actually cutting it way over. That way it completely clears the road. He's about halfway through it. There it goes. Woohoo! Nice work, babe. This will be the second one we have to clear in order to get through. I think we'll be able to drive over that big log. However, that guy, we're gonna have to take down. Woohoo! Ah! Wow! You're good, come straight forward. Peter's just checking to make sure the camper's not gonna rub as it tilts. That's the bigger concern. Woohoo! Nice work, babe. We found another tree. Peter's gonna try and break it that way. I think we might need the saw, babe. I'll go get the saw, okay?
A chainsaw is invaluable on these types of adventures, and we use our DeWalt pole saw. It has been a champ for over 2 years cutting through trees, and it's great because it just recharges off of our battery and we can keep on using it.
It's still accessible because it's used as a radio tower. The road in is a bit rough, and it is cleared of trees, but it is just a little bit rougher. As you can see, Peter's coming up some pretty heavy loose rock. Nothing too crazy. There were some pretty significant washouts on the road below this from water that didn't get channeled quite right, but as for the truck, it's doing great. We did have to clear another couple of trees that were dead fallen in the road, but other than that, nothing crazy, and it's going to be an epic campsite tonight.
That's some pretty steep rock climbing to get up here. This view should be pretty epic. Let's go check out the top here as we come around.
Fortunately, it was a little closer than we would have liked, but as you can see, we're coming up to this epic view. At the top of the lookout is a loop that we can actually drive around the lookout tower, and the view from up here is just absolutely amazing. There's this wide trek. Peter's gonna face us to where our large window is out on the other side. Look at that view. It is just absolutely amazing. Standing on the road just below the lookout tower. Peter's leveling us out for our camp spot tonight, but just look how beautiful it is. Everywhere you can see, just open. It's amazing.
What is your purpose here?
Explore Castle Butte Lookout.
Yeah, well, in that case, proceed. This is the Castle Butte Lookout, which is awesome because it's not up 10,000 stairs, and it's super crazy beautiful. The trees are still short enough around here. We get a 360-degree view. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. And you can see somewhere up over that direction is the road we drove in on. It's a very rough road, but quite remote and scenic. We definitely enjoy that. Let's go check out this lookout tower.
Yes. There's only 11 stairs to this lookout.
11 stairs. That is totally doable.
I know.
You can see this one, similar to the last lookout tower. The paint's in pretty poor repair. Yeah. Overall, the wood's kind of starting to fall apart. This one is all finished inside, but it's unmanned. I don't know if they're renting this one out or not. Over here, they've got some solar panels and some antennas. You can actually get a bit of cell and internet up here at the top, but you can see this
epic.
This really cool little walkway goes all the way around the outside, and then of course on the building itself, these are all window shutters that they've got kind of chained down for the season when it's not in use, but it's all windows all the way around. You basically have a 360-degree lookout view. How's that?
It is beautiful.
It's pretty epic.
And then you have a little driving path that goes around the outside edge.
Yep, there's a road around. That's where we drove around. And quite a great lookout tower. 6,600 foot in elevation, approximately.
Yeah.
Quite nice. Here's a view inside the Castle Butte lookout tower. You can see a couple beds there on the far side. And little kitchen area. There's looks like a gas lantern. We got an epic camp spot for the night. Check it out. It was absolutely beautiful. The whole valley was our view for the night.
And the sun rose.
And we watched the sunrise this morning.
It was so beautiful.
It's pretty epic. This lookout tower is really rough to get to. Pretty...
I wouldn't say really rough, but slightly more challenging for
pretty
sure.
rough road. I mean, you wouldn't want to take a car and beat the crap out of it.
Yeah.
But any sort of truck could
The
make
Lolo
it.
Trail does say high clearance and washout narrow section. It does advise for higher clearance vehicles.
So far, all we've seen is ATVs and motorcycles on it.
It's true. We're the only truck.
Apparently, we're the only camper out here, which suits us just fine. Well, let's keep rolling. Let's see what else we can find out here.
Okay.
Smoking Place. Aided by 6 Nez Perce guides, the Lewis and Clark expedition moved quickly across the Lolo Trail in late June of 1806. Even though the snow was nearly 7 feet deep on most of the trail routes, the party was able to find their way.
We are on the Lolo Pass, and I guess it was also Lewis and Clark's trail, as you can see in the sign. We've gotten to this slightly rougher patch. The road's been pretty bumpy, but this is one of the washouts. As you can see, the camper is tilting quite a bit. The water came through this area and washed the road out right over there. There's actually been quite a bit of washout on this road. Found a huge washed out section, and Peter's driving through it right now. You can see the trailer is a wiggling and wobbling a lot, but not too bad. Well, we found this huge washout in the road, and I'm gonna go with Peter's probably gonna straddle most of it, but there seems to be fresh running water, which is what's probably causing that. Is a huge gap that Peter is going over, that I'm following through. Wow, it seems that a truck has just recently gone through here as well. It's probably the truck we saw one camped or parked up at the top. Woo! You're doing great, babe. Woohoo! That was awesome.
Well, you can see off not too far in the distance is some active smoke from a fire that's been burning this area. Appears to be mostly out, just probably the remnants. Hopefully our road is still open to get us back out of here. We'll find out. That wraps up the Lolo Pass adventure. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's adventure on the Magruder Corridor, probably the most well-known section of the Idaho BDR route. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate the encouragement, and we'll catch you on the next adventure.
Thank you. Bye.